And I know you're Latino, but what ethnicity are you?
Right. I don't know. Why don't you guess? Because nobody ever, you know what I mean? Like, I get all types of shit, you know what I'm saying? But what I am, you know what I mean?
You want me to guess?
Well, you probably already know, so it don't count. I'm from Chile. My parents are from Chile. You know what I mean? My parents come from Chile. They immigrated to New York, to the United States from Chile. South America, for y'all that don't know, pull up the map. The southernmost country all the way down. You can't go no more. Like Antarctica is part of Chile, some of it. So we're the southernmost tip of South America. Pause is Chile. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what was that like for you? Because that's not like, you don't have a lot of that in New York, right? It's like mainly Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you know? So what was that like for you, even being, you're already a minority already being Latino, but then like even more of the minority?
It's a great question, man, because first of all, people would just assume off rip. Like where I'm from and out here in Long Island, it's a lot of it's called Freeport. Came up in a town in two towns, Hicksville, and then you got Freeport. You know what I mean? We could get into like all that later on, but with that being said, I grew up around a lot of Dominicans, El Salvadorians, Puerto Ricans. So people would assume off rip that I get Dominican all the time. If I'm around Puerto Rican, they assume I'm just another Puerto Rican. If I'm around El Salvadorian, they just think I'm another El Salvadorian. But once they ask me, of course, like I got the flag. I'm a proud Chileno. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These are the indigenous people of Chile. I have them tatted on me too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it wasn't easy, bro, because it wasn't hard because I always, you know what I mean? I stood on what I stand, you know what I'm saying? Like I always carried it. And what I mean by that is I always carried myself with respect, you know what I'm saying? And I demanded it. And I always gave it too. You know what I'm saying? I give it until otherwise specified. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that, you know, the problem is a lot of times people think, oh, it's all the same, right? Just because you speak some form of Spanish, you know, then it's all the same. But that's not true. There's a lot of like little differences in the culture and everything, right? So
1,000%.
yeah, and I think that doesn't get highlighted enough.
What it really is, you know what I mean? And I see it in the music industry, you know what I mean? Because I'm in the Latin world I'm in both, but in the Latin market, you see it going on a lot. Like the little differences, a lot of it is the words. You know what I'm saying? Like the slang, stuff like that is real different from one country to another. A little bit of an accent. The basic, the main like grammar and words and stuff like shit like that is the same. But now when you get into like the slang and how people talk, the swag, that'd be different, a lot different. You know what I mean?
Even like the enunciation, right? Like of like certain words, like just like the inflection and all that too.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly, bro. Like some people, like for real, like if you're from like straight from Puerto Rico, you might not understand a Chileno that's speaking amongst Chilenos. You understand what I'm saying? Because they say we speak fast. Chileno people speak fast. You know what I mean? And Argentinian people, they have a different type of little accent to their Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So some people don't even understand each other, and they both speak in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But if you slow it down, pretty much everybody understands each other. You know what I'm saying?
So that's interesting, right? Because like as Latinos, it's already like said that you guys speak really fast, right? In general. But then like you're saying that like even being from Chile, it's just like you guys speak even faster than everyone else.
That's what I've heard. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. Like people say, like, you know what I mean? Like my people's from DR, PR, whoever, you know what I mean? That's not from Chile. That's what they'll say. Like, damn, I don't understand y'all. Like, I don't speak, like, to be honest with you, with me, I done been around so many different, like, Latino people from different countries, you know what I'm saying? Like, mainly DR, PR, right? So I kind of like adapt to whoever I'm around. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I'm with Puerto Ricans, like the Chileno comes out of me when I'm around Chilenos speaking. When I'm in Chile, like it comes out because it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. It ain't like I'm fronting. It's just what it is, what I'm used to. You understand what I'm saying? Like what comes natural. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Well, it's
that's
like
all
you
that
being
be.
like a chameleon, right? But also it's like when you don't use it, you lose it. Kind of like, like if you don't like speak Spanish or whatever language you speak for a while, then like, you get around some people, it's like your accent starts to get better. You don't forget like how you understand it, but you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is, bro. Because when I was a kid, for example, when I first learned Spanish, like I speak it and I write it fluently. And that's because I lived in Chile for a couple of years when I was a little kid. My parents took me out there. So with that being said, back to what you just said, when I used to come back to the States and I wouldn't speak Spanish for that long, I start forgetting it. Easy, you know what I'm saying? Like I would forget it. You know what I mean?
So how old were you when you moved over to Chile for a little bit?
The first time I went there twice, right? The first time my parents tried to like they tried, they saved up, they bought a crib in Long Island. They did they were doing well for themselves. I really don't remember what was going on, but it got to the point where they just wanted to pack up and go back out there. You feel me? And give it a shot out there. You know what I'm saying? Like open up a business, which they did. And they bought a crib out there, fly ass crib, you know what I'm saying? Dope. I was in fourth grade. Fourth grade to sixth grade, I lived in Chile.
Wow. So
So
just
that
like,
I didn't know Spanish before that. You know what I'm saying? Like I understood a little bit, but so they just threw me, they said, yo, we out. Boom, we out. Next thing you know, I'm out there in school. Shit.
and what was
I
that
had to learn
experience
real
like for
quick.
you though? Like because it was so different. Was it like a culture shock for you?
In the beginning, it definitely was because it's like even it's not like we moved to Santiago. Santiago's the capital over there. You know what I mean? We moved to like another section called Villa Alemana, which is like 45 minutes away from the capital. So it's a little more like campo, you could say, a little more, you know what I'm saying, like rural.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you
So with
coming
that
from New
being said,
York,
yeah, it was
which is like super fast paced, right? So
so it was super slow, bro. Super like so yeah, so it took me a while to adapt, especially in school, like not knowing the language. The language barrier, like kids used to like, I remember my mom's always tells the story, like, yo, when I was little, they should be like, go home and say this word or ask your mother, you know what I mean? Or your father, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, what I'm asking them is some crazy curse words and shit like that. You know
right.
what I mean? How we with the cursing on here? You rather I not curse?
Nah, you can curse as much as you want, man.
All right, shit, fuck, shit then. Let's go.
But so like were you
Nah, no
like
doubt.
seeing like more of like the slow living of like, farming and like animals and everything like that, like the more agriculture?
I would see that. Yeah, I would see that. It wasn't that crazy like I'm living on a farm, but it was definitely opened up my eyes to appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Cuz coming from the US, man, like we had like for example, I was the first kid out there with what I had the Nintendo back then, Super Mario like Mario Brothers. Bro, like I ain't gonna lie, in the beginning it was a little rough, you know what I mean? Like school and not understanding the language, but once I grabbed all that, I was a man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was from New York, fresh from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like I flipped it on them. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it was a smooth ride. So, but yeah, it opened up my eyes to just a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of culture. You know what I'm saying? Culture first and foremost. And it's not like a feeling like I tell people, man. Like if you from somewhere, because a lot of people in the U.S. The majority of us are from somewhere else, right? Or our parents or our lineage somewhere comes from somewhere else. Excuse me. With that being said, I got exposed to my people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes
Yeah,
sense to you, but
absolutely. Yeah.
in the U.S., all right, we make the best of it, and of course, Latinos all together, we're one. Boom, I stand on that. But like being in Chile, like even now, when I get off the plane, I'm like, damn, this is my people right here. You know what I'm saying? Like these are my people. You feel me? This is where I'm from. This is where my lineage is from. You feel me? So it's a dope feeling, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you travel, you live in different places, right? It like shapes your worldly view in a different way. It opens your eyes to like because you've known people like they've never even left the block. They've never even left like Brooklyn or something. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people like
Word.
that, and it's like you're
Mm-hmm.
not open to new experiences, you're not able to see all these different types of way of living, right? Because it gives you a different form of appreciation for that.
Right. Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. 100%.